Consistency. Consistency in any endeavor. You might have heard it said before. You probably have if you pay attention to many of the motivational speakers, the self-help talkers, anybody that wants you to do better with your life, honestly. Do better or live the way that you want to live. But it's something that we still need to hear more, in my opinion. I needed to hear it the whole time I've been on this process. I've needed to ingrain it more into my processes, my understandings, my sense of self this entire time. So today I'm going to talk about it here for a few minutes, and I hope that you get something out of it, of course. I hope that you find a way to put it more into your personal sense of self in your own individual way. Because God knows it's one of the largest determining factors in anything that you do. So anyways, consistency. What is consistency? Well, you guessed it. It is being consistent. It is persisting in a certain endeavor or certain action or certain plan in order to find the outcome, in order to create the reality that which you are attempting to with whatever action it is that you are committing to. Right? So let's say you'd like to get in the best shape of your life, or you'd like to live a longer life, right? With all the greatness that you can, with all of the possibilities, right? You want to feel good, you want to move well, you want to just do things as best as you can, whatever you're trying to do physically. It's not going to happen in one day. It's not going to happen in 1 week. It's not even going to happen in 1 month or 1 year. But how it does happen is in that daily process, or that consistent process. It doesn't have to be daily, but it has to be consistent to actually get towards that direction, to move towards the destination. Right? Because it is a simple fact of life, is that there is a gestation period. That's one of the universal laws. There's a gestation period behind what it is that you are manifesting for yourself, that you are creating in your own life. Right? There's a gestational period where something must develop before it comes to true fruition. Or you could say that process of coming to fruition is developing, right? So you must apply the effort, you must apply that pressure over time for you to actually get an outcome. You see, I could want to be the strongest guy in the world, but if I just go, do 10 push-ups one day or 1,000 push-ups one day, I'm not going to get there. I'm not going to get there unless I truly commit myself to everything that it takes to get there. And even then, it's not guaranteed. But you got a shot in doing whatever it is that you want to do, with the right beliefs, with the right continuous effort and action. Right? And no matter what, pursuing down that path of excellence, that path of more, of gratefulness, of being grateful and pursuing greatness, you will get somewhere better than where you started. For example, when you're pushing to be more, even if there's no possible way of you succeeding to the highest degree, which I believe there always is. But even if there isn't, right? Let's say you want to be a professional athlete of some kind and your genetics just doesn't allow for it, right? Which I don't believe. There's tons of cases like that, but whatever. Pursuing down that path, doing everything you have to give yourself the greatest chance of succeeding in that endeavor, you bet your ass it's going to put you in a better situation than what you were in before. It's going to teach you how to be when you really want to achieve something. It's going to condition you to help you understand that you must be consistent to have the output that you wish to have. You must be consistent to get to where it is that you want to go. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be a part of. But you see, as humans, we get caught up. We get caught up in the tangibles, right? We get caught up in the failures and the emotional trauma or pain, I should say, of failure. You may spend your entire life trying to be that professional athlete, and when you fail, everything turns upside down. And then you spend an equal amount of time going the opposite direction. There's horror stories like that as well. When in all reality, maybe they fail at becoming that professional athlete, but what they learned in the process could have helped them help someone else become that professional athlete. They could give those skills and that mindset back to the world, or apply it to their own career in a different way. and they would succeed ultimately. You see, because it isn't the tangibles that we're like so specifically destined to have. It's the processes and the mindsets and the goals and the shifts of paradigms that we're meant to have in order to find that true higher self, in order to be called and to understand our calling, and then strive for it and achieve it. Right? See, what if you believed yourself to be a professional athlete one day, and you strive for, you worked a day and night for, you gave it your all, and ultimately it didn't work out, but it turns out that you were meant to give the world those same incredible mindsets, those same pursuits of potential, that same sense of greatness. What if you were meant to give that to the world? What if you were meant to help 1,000 different people become professional athletes? But instead of that, you revolt from the idea of giving it back to the world, and you go down a dark path of avoidance, and you lose all those ideas of consistency that you took so long to develop already. You can imagine how that would lead to havoc, and it would be such a waste of potential. Sad news is that happens. Probably plenty of stories like that out there. Anyways, my entire point here is to be consistent in what it is that you wish to achieve. You see, consistency is one of those muscles that you just build over time. You just build over time through consistent repetition of action, of thought, of belief, of taking action into the unknown. And no one can do it for yourself. No one can do it but you. You must be the one that takes that consistent effort towards what it is that you're wanting to achieve. And you must continue to apply effort. Now, if you're someone just getting started, let it be known that anything is better than nothing. You don't need to kill yourself trying to make progress because you're overwhelmed with how much you have to do. You need to take your time, break down things into small steps. That way you can feasibly do it in a longer amount of time that actually makes it sustainable for you. Because there's nothing worse than being consistent for quite some time in an unsustainable way, in which it leads you to fall backwards on your face and fall back down that ladder of consistency back to your old way of being consistent with those negative habits. Because once you're there, well, you got to restart again. So much progress is lost. Instead, take your time, develop the habits, develop the mindsets that allow you to be different, that allow you to take different action consistently, and set forth. I love you. Let's go get them. Have an amazing day.